The night sky over Washington, D.C. was torn apart by a horrifying spectacle on January 30, 2025. An American Airlines CRJ-700, flight number 5342, collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. The unthinkable had happened, a mid-air collision just a stone's throw from Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. The Potomac River, usually a serene backdrop to the nation's capital, became the scene of a devastating tragedy, claiming the lives of all those on board both aircraft. The nation watched in horror as news of the crash unfolded, sending shockwaves through the country and beyond. This was a tragedy that would leave a scar on the hearts of many, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. The American Airlines flight, carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members, was on its final descent into Washington, D.C. after a routine flight from Wichita, Kansas. The Black Hawk helicopter with 3 soldiers on board was conducting a routine training exercise in the vicinity of the airport. In a horrifying instant, the 2 aircraft converged, their paths intersecting with catastrophic results. The impact sent both aircraft plummeting into the icy waters of the Potomac, leaving behind a trail of debris and shattered lives. The sound of the collision echoed across the city, a chilling reminder of the disaster that had just occurred. The American Airlines CRJ-700, a twin-engine regional jet, was on approach to runway 33 at Reagan National Airport when the collision occurred. Air traffic control recordings revealed that the pilots were in communication with the tower, receiving routine landing instructions. The Black Hawk helicopter, a versatile military aircraft often used for training exercises, was operating under visual flight rules in the vicinity of the airport. The helicopter had been cleared by air traffic control to operate in the area, but the exact sequence of events leading to the collision remains unclear. Weather conditions at the time of the crash were reported as clear, with good visibility and moderate winds. This ruled out weather as an immediate contributing factor to the collision. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, immediately launched an investigation into the crash, dispatching a team of experts to the scene to collect evidence and begin piecing together the events that led to this tragic event. The investigation would be complex and multifaceted, involving the analysis of air traffic control recordings, radar data, wreckage recovery, and pilot histories. As news of the crash spread, families and loved ones of those on board both aircraft were left grappling with unimaginable grief and uncertainty. The passenger manifest of the American Airlines flight revealed a diverse group of individuals, each with their own story to tell. Among them were families returning home from vacations, business travelers on their way to important meetings, and young students excited about their futures. The victims ranged in age from a young child to an elderly couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. The 3 soldiers on board the Black Hawk helicopter were all highly trained personnel with distinguished service records. They were fathers, husbands, and sons, dedicated to serving their country. Their loss was deeply felt by the military community and the nation as a whole. In the wake of the tragedy, tributes poured in from across the country and around the world, expressing condolences and offering support to the grieving families. The victims of the crash were not just names on a list, but individuals who had touched the lives of many. Section 4. A race against time search and recovery efforts. Immediately following the crash, a massive search and rescue operation was launched, involving multiple agencies including the Coast Guard, local fire departments, and volunteer organizations. Emergency responders faced a daunting task, battling icy waters, strong currents, and the onset of darkness as they desperately searched for survivors. Boats with searchlights scoured the surface of the river, while divers braved the frigid depths, hoping against hope to find signs of life. As hours turned into days, the grim reality of the situation set in. The search and rescue operation transitioned into a recovery effort, with the primary focus shifting to recovering the remains of those lost in the crash and retrieving vital pieces of wreckage. The recovery process was painstakingly slow and emotionally challenging for everyone involved. Divers worked tirelessly in shifts, battling fatigue and the emotional toll of their grim task. Section 5. Searching for Answers. The Investigation. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, took the lead in the investigation. Their mission to determine the cause of the crash and prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. Investigators faced a complex puzzle, with many pieces to assemble. One of the black boxes, the flight data recorder, was recovered early on, providing crucial information about the aircraft's altitude, speed, and heading in the moments leading up to the collision. The investigation focused on several key areas including air traffic control procedures, pilot actions, and potential mechanical failures. The NTSB will analyze communication records between the pilots and the tower, examine radar data to reconstruct the flight paths of both aircraft, and conduct a thorough inspection of the recovered wreckage. The investigation is expected to take several months, if not longer, to complete, and the findings will be crucial in improving aviation safety and preventing future tragedies.